Welcome back. So now we are going to look at our application question for this lesson. So our first application question says, an athlete is getting ready to run. He starts by stretching his body. According to your understanding, name and explain the cells responsible for his body movement. So what you need to know is what cells are responsible and also what these cells do to help this athlete in getting ready to start running. So we are going to go to our solution now. So the cells that are responsible for this movement are your muscle cells. If you remember, we said that muscle cells are responsible for the relaxation and contraction of our muscles. So they allow the athlete's body to stretch by allowing the muscles to contract and relax. And if you can look at the picture alongside, this is how they look and this is their shape. So that is what, these are the cells that are responsible for the action of our athletes. Now we are going to move on to our second question. So our second question says, a person is about to touch a hot stove and suddenly they sense that it is hot and move their hand away. So here you need to name and explain. Again, you name and explain the cells that are at play in this scenario. So this person realizes that the stove is hot and they move their hand away. So which cells are responsible for this? So the name of our cells are the nerve cells. This is because they are cells that are specialized to receive messages. In this instance, it is to sense that the stove is hot and then communicate to the nervous system for the right response. So obviously, if you sense that the stove is hot, your nerve cells are then going to communicate with your nervous system to say, now the right reaction for this is to remove your hand, which is then how you protect your body. So here we're saying that the right response, which is to move the hand away from the hot stove to protect it. So this is how our nerve cells look like. They are long, they have branches on the ends, and that is what they do. They carry messages. They protect our bodies because they tell us how to respond in the right way. And then we are moving on to our last question. Our last question says, we have learned about stem cells and the fact that they can develop into any type of cell. So now our question is, can stem cells coming from fully developed tissues such as the skin develop into any type of cell? So if the cells have already developed into fully developed tissue, can they then become other types of tissues or other types of cell? That is what we are asking. And the answer is no. Only in their stem cell stage can they develop into different cells. And this is because, if you remember, we said stem cells are unspecialized. So they have not been given the role or the purpose or the function as yet. So because they are unspecialized, they can still become nerve cells, intestinal cells, blood cells, muscle cells, or liver cells. But if they've already been specialized to take the purpose or the function of liver cells, then they cannot then go back and start performing duties which are supposed to be done by the muscle cell. So that is why your answer is no. So we are going to leave it there for now, and I'll see you after the ad break.